Tex, could you go with that message again, please? Confirm they're at the gate now. Okay folks, sorry if we broke down there again with the broadcast, but I did need to chat with Texan on the radio. He has managed to find these wild dogs, and we're not far from them, but we do have to go quickly to get to them to ensure you do get a glimpse. Like I said earlier, they don't hang around, so we do have to move quickly. Towards us. Beautiful. Look at this. Look at this. And the good news is they are heading in the right direction. I'm just going to turn the vehicle around. Now there's just 5 individuals here that we can see, all of which look different to the 3 that Mark saw yesterday. They could well be part of the same pack, but hard for me to tell because I haven't spent enough time viewing them, and this is actually the first time I have seen wild dogs since I've been here. So a very special morning for me, and they are doing all of the right things for us. They're heading in the right direction and just allowing us to look at them right now, which is great. I cannot stress how lucky we are to have found them, and I did try and make sure of letting you know that even though we found their tracks this morning, managing to actually locate them. Now we can hear the audio of other dogs, that's why their ears are pricking up. Ahead of them as much as we can, but it isn't going to be easy, folks. Hold on, everybody. We are just taking a shortcut, but this morning they are, folks, and they're going to come running straight past us. Beautiful. Look at this. No, I thought I did hear audio of another animal in this direction that they're coming in, which is quite possible. They're coming right up to us here, folks, running straight past the vehicle. This is incredible. Really, really wonderful, folks. Again, we are quite close to another one of our boundaries here. The big woof of it, and it's so good to have my nostrils filled with that wild dog scent again. It's unmistakable. Just going to try and make some space for Tech, who did certain these animals for us. It really is interesting watching them move now because they are very up and down in this area. I'm not sure what they can smell or what they're looking for, but they all do look like quite young members of a pack. There's none that look like they could be an alpha male that I can see. And wouldn't it be nice to know what is getting their attention, you know, what they are smelling. They are moving in circles, essentially. And this is wonderful, folks. Just such good footage. And what you can see is how effortlessly they move and cover distance. Come two more. Okay, get those ones, that's fine. Sorry folks, they're just literally surrounding us, so we don't know where, and coming so close to us that it's making filming a bit difficult. So we'll just let Texan past, who was in a... Oh no, we won't, they're coming back again. So we'll just try and turn our vehicle around so that Jason doesn't have to film through the back of it. But they are moving in circles, folks, which for us is actually a good filming goal, but it means they're not running away from us. Off in a westerly direction, which is good for us. Just get over the road here, folks. It's always a bit of a gamble trying to predict what these animals may do, especially when they're on a move like these ones are now. But thankfully, it's fairly open. Jason flying past us, and I couldn't actually see what it was chasing. This is a second first individual, but that animal was flying like a rocket. Just keep an eye out for Texan, Jason, because he was ahead of us. Okay, see a stump that looks like a wild dog. Yeah, well spotted though. It's a very wild dog-like stump. Okay, I think we should turn around, Jason. Thereafter. Okay. Short breather. After what I'm fairly confident was a short hunt that they would have undergone. We couldn't see what one member was chasing, but it was certainly chasing something. It was moving at an incredible speed. And we can see these three members in shots, and then there's another one slightly to their right, which is just looking north towards where the rest of the pack headed. Now again, it's something worth bearing in mind that they've probably been awake for close on 3 hours now, during which period they would have been moving almost constantly as a calculated guess. So 3 hours of constant movement, they would have covered many miles and deserve a short break that we can see them enjoying now. It is also getting very hot. So the combination of the heat and the fact that they've been running around since in all likelihood 4 o'clock this morning is the reason why they are having a short break here. Now, in all this excitement, I didn't actually count how many there were. Was it 6? Yeah, I think 6 is the figure that comes to mind of how many were here initially. This individual in the background is showing signs that it may have heard something or may want to move off, but it is showing intent looking to the north. I'm fairly convinced that the individual that rocketed past us in a southerly direction earlier will come back to this area where we find ourselves now to rejoin, unless it has already managed to rejoin. Well, the third potential variable is that it was a member of another pack simply wanting to get out of here before it got itself into trouble with these individuals. Now, I find that unlikely, but it is a potential theory. There's been a lot of wild dog movements in this area, and from as far as I'm aware, it sounds like 3 or 4 different packs that are kind of all overlapping on one another's home ranges. They don't have strict territories like lion and leopard do, or as strict as lion and leopard, should I say, rather than the fact that lions and leopards have got very strict. They're all relatively loose, I think. It's not cast in stone a set territory like it would be for us with an exact fence line. There's a few more grey areas with animal territories, but with wild dogs, they've got home ranges, and they can be huge. They don't necessarily have set demarcated territories, and the reason for this is because they do cover such large distances. Question from Carolyn, I believe it is. Morning, Carolyn, and welcome on board. Very lucky morning to be sharing with one another here. And Carolyn's asked, which animals do wild dogs hunt? And the answer to that is not a set animal. They've got a very wide variety of prey items that they can feed on, depending on the area, depending on the size of the pack. But in this area, impala-sized antelope would be their main prey, as far as what I've seen in the time that I've spent in the Sabi Sands. And at this time of year specifically, a baby impala would probably provide the majority of their food. They are easy to catch, easy to eat, and the wild dogs do exceptionally well when it comes to hunting young impala. I've seen sightings where they've managed to kill 4 or 5 in one chase, one event. So they do have a wide variety of prey, but what needs to be understood about wild dog and their prey is that they often run their prey down to a point of exhaustion. Not always, but often the prey are really, really tired by the time the wild dog do bundle them over and then start feeding on them. Now, even though they are quite small animals, the wild dogs, due to the fact that their prey is so tired and exhausted by the time they do get brought down, they can't put up much of a fight, and therefore this allows these dogs, which are relatively small predators, to then often disembowel and tear their prey apart alive. They don't suffocate their prey. Very often it's more of a tearing and ripping affair, so not easy to watch wild dogs hunting once they have caught something, because it is often quite a gruesome affair. I think the other dog could be coming back. I can just see them all facing